Hello everyone, today we will learn 7.3 Goods and Foreign Exchange Market Equilibria, deriving the S curve. It includes 1. Equilibrium in two markets, 2. Deriving the S curve, 3. Factors that shift the S curve, 4. Summing up the S curve. 1. Equilibrium in two markets. A general equilibrium requires equilibrium in all markets, that is, equilibrium in the goods market, the money market, and the foreign exchange market. The S-curve shows comparison of output Y and the interest rate I for which the goods and the foreign exchange markets are in equilibrium. Foreign exchange market recap. Uncovered interest parity UIP shows the expected return on the home deposit measured in home currency equals the foreign interest rate plus the expected rate of depreciation of the home currency. In Figure 78, Panel B, we derive the S-curve by using the Keynesian clause in Panel A to analyze goods and goods market equilibrium. In Panel C, we impose the uncovered interest parity relationship that ensures the foreign exchange market is in equilibrium. Before we continue, let's take a close look at why the various graphs in this figure are oriented as they are. The Keynesian clause in Panel A and the IS diagram in Panel B share a common horizontal axis, the level of output or income. Hence, these figures are arranged one above the other so that this common output axis line up. The foreign exchange market in Panel C and the IS diagram in Panel B share a common vertical axis, the level of the domestic interest rate. Hence, these figures are arranged side by side so that this common interest rate axis line up. We thus know that if output Y is at a level consistent with demand equals supply, shown in the Keynesian clause in Panel A, and if the interest rate I is at a level consistent with uncovered interest parity, shown in the foreign exchange market in Panel C, then in Panel B, then we must have a combination of Y and I that is consistent with equilibrium in both goods and foreign exchange markets, deriving the S-curve. The Keynesian clause is in Panel A, S-curve in Panel B, and the foreign exchange FX marks in Panel C. The economy starts in equilibrium with output Y1, interest rate I1, and the exchange rate E1. Consider the effect of a decrease in the interest rate from I1 to I2, all else equal. In Panel C, a lower interest rate causes a depreciation. Equilibrium moves from 1 to 2. A lower interest rate boosts investment and depreciates boosts the trade balance. In Panel A, demand shoots up from D1 to D2, equilibrium from 1 to 2, output from Y1 to Y2. In Panel B, we go from point 1 to point 2. The S-curve is thus traced out, a downward sloping relationship between the interest rate and output. When the interest rate falls from I1 to I2, output rises from Y1 to Y2. The S-curve describes all combinations of I and Y consistent with goods and foreign exchange market equilibria in panels A and C. One important observation is in order. In an open economy, low interest rates stimulate demand through the traditional closed economy investment channel and through the trade balance. The trade balance effect occurs because lower interest rate causes a nominal depreciation. In the short run, it is also a real depreciation, which stimulates external demand via the trade balance. The S-curve is downward sloping. It illustrates the relative relationship between the interest rate I and output Y. 3 factors that suit the S-curve. We now explore several changes that result in an increase in demand. That is, an upward shift in the demand curve in Figure 7-9. In the Kelvin clause in panel A, when the interest rate is held constant at I1, an exogenous increase in demand due to other factors causes the demand curve to shift up from D1 to D2 as shown, all else equal. This moves the equilibrium from 1 to 2, raising output from Y1 to Y2. In the S diagram in panel B, output has risen with no change in the interest rate. The S-curve has therefore shifted right from S1 to S2. The nominal interest rate and hence the exchange rate are unchanged in this example, as in panel C. A change in government spending. If demand shows up because of a rise in G bar, a physical expansion, all else equal, what happens to the S-curve? The initial equilibrium point Y1, I1 would no longer be a goods market equilibrium. If the interest rate is unchanged at I1, then I is unchanged, as are the exchange rate E and hence TB. Yet the demand has risen due to the change in G. This demand has to be satisfied somehow, so more output has to be produced. Some, but not all, of that actual output will be consumed, but the rest can meet the actual demand generated by the rise in government spending. At the interest rate I1, output must rise to Y2 for the goods market to once again be in equilibrium. Thus, the S-curve must shift right as shown in Figure 7-9, panel B. The lesson: a rise in government spending shoots the S-curve out. A change in taxes. Suppose taxes were to decrease, with all other factors remaining unchanged. This tax cut makes demand shoot up by boosting private consumption, all else equal. We assume that the interest rate I1, the exchange rate E1, and the government spending policy are all fixed. Thus, neither I nor TB nor G change. With an excess of demand, supply has to rise. So output must again increase to Y2, and the S-curve shoots right. The lesson: a reduction in taxes shoots the S-curve out. A change in the foreign interest rate or expected future exchange rate. A rise in the foreign interest rate I star, a rise in the future expected exchange rate EE causes a depreciation of the home currency, or else equal. Recall that in the foreign exchange market, the FR curve shoots out because the return on foreign deposits has increased. If the home interest rate is unchanged, E must rise. A rise in E causes the real exchange rate to depreciate because prices are sticky. As a result, TB rises while expenditure switches and the demand increases. Because C, I, and G do not change, there is an excess of demand, and the supply has to rise to restore equilibrium. Output Y increases, and the S-curve shoots right. The lesson: an increase in the foreign return, while I star or EE shoots the S-curve out. a change in the home or foreign price level. If prices are flexible, then a rise in foreign prices or a fall in domestic prices causes a home real depreciation, raising Q equals E times P star bar divided by P bar. This real depreciation causes TB to rise, and all else equal, demand will rise to a position like D2 with an excess of demand. Supply has to rise to restore equilibrium. Output Y must increase, and the S-curve shows right. The lesson: an increase in P star or decrease in P shows the S-curve out. The general rule is as follows. Any type of shock that increases demand at a given level of output will shoot the S-curve to the right. Any shock that decreases demand will shoot the S-curve down. For summing up the S-curve, factors that shoot the S-curve. For in Texas, rise in government spending, rise in the foreign exchange rate, rise in future expected exchange rate, rise in foreign prices, fall in home prices, any shift up in the consumption function, any shift up in the investment function, any shift up in the trade balance function. Demand curve D shows up, increase in demand D at any level of output Y and at a given home exchange rate I. S-curve shows right, increase in equilibrium output Y at a given home exchange rate I. The opposite changes lead to a decrease in demand and shift the demand curve down and the S-curve to the left. Thank you.